Guys, I have a fucking script. I can't read off of them because I sound stiff as shit. But am I a YouTuber? I have a whole script out. Look at me go. Whole script.
I can make you feel alive.
I know, but do I need you to survive?
The question today is, what is aesthetic? According to Google, aesthetic is being concerned with beauty or the appreciation of beauty. For the sake of this video, I want to redefine it. When I hear people say, that's my aesthetic, I feel like they're talking about their taste in particular. It's always in connotation with something that a person likes specifically in their aesthetic in particular. So aesthetic has a root in philosophy for the study of aesthetics and beauty. But in this era, we have subcategories of what aesthetic is. There's vaporwave, art ho, pastels is its own aesthetic, etc. And there's even core aesthetics like rainbow core or cottage core. So aesthetic is a person's particular interest in a visual, regardless of sound, layout, medium, or even color. How does one find an aesthetic for themselves? Some people don't even know what their aesthetic is at all. Some people have no idea what their aesthetic is. That was gross. Some people have no idea what their aesthetic is at all. Like, they have no idea what their aesthetic is. I liked vaporwave for far too long before I learned that vaporwave was what it was called. And if you Google fucking vaporwave, you don't get what vaporwave is on the internet in the images tab. You get like the same picture over and over. Rant complete. But for figuring out your aesthetic, just start by typing in something you like and then putting aesthetic after it. You can even do dildos. I looked it up. You can put dildo aesthetic and you will get stuff. Funny as shit to me, I'm sorry. So CD and aesthetic will get you a bunch of pictures like this. So that's a good start in finding your own aesthetic. That's a good way to find a niche of things you like to look at very specifically. And having an aesthetic can allow you to create a style for yourself, or even create yourself a room that is based on this type of aesthetic that you like to look at. Aesthetics can sometimes even alleviate anxiety because you're looking at things that calm you down. Some aesthetics are a little bit chaotic, but most can calm you down because it's something you look at that aesthetically pleases you. So a valid question is if music is aesthetic, because sometimes people don't like visual mediums, but they love music. And music is absolutely a type of aesthetic in my eyes. Since music has genres, a lot of the time aesthetics actually pull from certain genres to apply to their niche aesthetic. A lot of aesthetic pictures are quotes directly from songs. So, aesthetics can be music instead of pictures if you want. A good example is someone who likes cottagecore enjoying RPG music like from Pokemon or Tetris, and even lo-fi, because it's a calming aesthetic and the music matches those types of pictures and ideas. Can someone have multiple aesthetics? Absolutely. I think it would be a little bit odd if people didn't have multiple aesthetics, because there are core aesthetics that sometimes pull into main aesthetics. For an example, I know what vaporwave is, but I can also appreciate vintage aesthetics, 90s aesthetics, rainbow core aesthetics, etc. But I think that those are subcultures or subcategories to what vaporwave is. I do think that a lot of aesthetics grab from other aesthetics to build up their own aesthetic. Saying aesthetic now makes it sound all weird. Since there's a lot of visually pleasing things from other aesthetics, I believe you can build up your own aesthetic that is personally just yours. And since there's so much aesthetically pleasing things, I don't believe it would be possible to just have one specific aesthetic. But learning the sub-niches of all the types of aesthetics you enjoy and combining them in a way that is pleasing to you alone can allow you to have your own individual idea of what you enjoy and what pleases you. So why does aesthetic matter to me? Why am I making an entire video about what aesthetically pleasing things are? I think aesthetics are important because it allows somebody to have an individual idea of themselves. If you can figure out what you enjoy, you can get a deeper understanding of yourself, which is actually important to me. Knowing yourself can allow you to work on traits that maybe make you hate yourself a little bit more, but doing it by finding your own aesthetic means you're not having to dig so deep into that idea. It's less anxiety inducing to look at pictures and listen to music to figure out who you are and what you like, instead of looking in the mirror and being like, who am I? What are my negative traits? What do I have to work on? And once you have an aesthetic, you can create your own sense of self. You can start buying yourself clothes that fit that aesthetic that you enjoy. You can start buying pictures that your aesthetic matches and hanging them up on your wall. You can make your phone background match your type of aesthetic. It's really up to you, and I do believe that aesthetic can be important. Not always, and sometimes some people don't even have an aesthetic, they just like things, they buy them, and they don't always mesh together well, but they enjoy it, so that's who they are as a person. Let me know what you guys think. What type of aesthetics do you have? Maybe you can name one that I haven't heard of before that I can look into. Do you think aesthetics is big enough of a topic to create an entire video on? Let me know. I'm sorry about the background. My old area, the other area I had in past videos, is I bought a desk. So my desk is over in that area now. But I wanted to thank you for being patient, and if you've watched this long, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye. These cars ain't aesthetic. Holy shit. It's 11 in the morning when I'm recording this. There shouldn't be this many fucking cars out. That's gonna get cut, isn't it? Sorry, future me. I don't give a shit. I don't care.